Hi there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of community and more specifically how your community of readers can help with your marketing efforts. Hi there, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Lisa Oliver, and if you want to know anything about me at all to do with my being an author, and I've been a self-published author now for 10 years, you can click on any one of the links below or simply Google me, Lisa Oliver Author, and you'll find where I am. But for now, I want to dwell on how your marketing efforts. You have written your book. Yay! You have self-published your book. Double yay. That is absolutely brilliant. But now you want to drive sales. And I think it was about a year ago, I'm not quite sure, but quite some time ago, I did a video on the importance of social media when you're doing your marketing, because it's a free resource. It allows you to connect with like-minded people. It allows you to build a platform where you can connect with your readers, keep them updated on what you're doing. And generally, it was a very good tool to use. However, note past tense, because of course things have been changing. And if you've been in the self-publishing business for a while, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The biggest issue seems to be that word I don't totally understand, known as algorithms. And the algorithms on Amazon changed for people who write not safe for work content. The Facebook changes its algorithms more often than its underwear. I'm sure it does. But the uptick of it, I don't know what caused it. I don't know why they did it. I don't go into things like that. I'm only interested in the outcome and how it pertains to me. And how it's pertained to me was I noticed there was a period of time there where my sales were dropping. What was doubly concerning was, because I put a book out about roughly once a month, what was doubly concerning was when I had readers come along and I had mentioned a book I'd put out, say, 3 months ago, and say, I didn't even know that was out. And yet my PA had been promoting that on Facebook and Facebook, MeWe, Instagram, Pinterest. I think that's it. Plus my blog and my newsletter and everything else. But this reader hadn't seen it because Facebook is changing the way viewers see posts, and they determine what it is a reader will see. All of this has made it that much more difficult for self-published authors who don't have a budget, to pay marketing dollars or pay for Facebook ads or Amazon ads or anything else like that. It puts you in a really difficult situation. And there is nothing more disheartening than having poured all your heart and soul into a work and then finding it's not selling. So today I want to talk about the importance of building a community, namely the community of readers. You want somewhere your readers can go, which used to be social media and still is to a certain degree, but you also want to build a platform that you control what your reader sees. And for those, I'm talking about aspects like your own blog, your own newsletter, something like Patreon or Substack, even the buy me a coffee type pages, somewhere where your readers can find you if they look for you. I've always said that having a blog is a really good idea, because when you have a blog that is dedicated to your work, it not only showcases you in a professional manner, but it allows a reader the chance to go through. You'll have individual book pages, all with buy links. Please don't forget those buy links. And you also have a blog on there that is talking about updates, what it is you're doing as part of your writing process, and all this sort of carry on. You're sharing a part of you as well. So a blog is a really good idea. Please excuse me a moment. Another thing that a blog can do is it allows you to share certain things that you might not necessarily want on social media. You can offer discounts, you can offer um, like chapters of your work and things like that, which will encourage people to buy your work, particularly new readers. Having your own blog space or your own website is effectively like a form of a business card that allows your reader to go through it, or potentially new readers to go through it and actually see a wealth of different things that you've done that they might enjoy. So having your own blog is really important, but that comes with a qualifier as well. It is a cost, but I do think you come across as a lot more of a professional author if you have your own domain name and you pay for your own hosting. Now, I'm not affiliated with anybody. There's no links or anything below, but I get I buy my domain names through GoDaddy, I think it is. It's been a while since I've updated mine, but I buy my domains through GoDaddy, and I have my site hosted by a place called A2 Hosting. And I find that just works. The thing is if you're controlling your own space, then you can control what you put on it. And as you're sending people to it directly, you don't have to worry about algorithms or changing algorithms. There are a number of ways you can encourage people to go across to your blog. You could offer a giveaway over there. You could do all sorts of things like that. One friend of mine, JP Sale, who, as you know, I do collaborative work with, she suggested putting up things like deleted scenes or the first chapters of works. More content than they would get on social media, which would encourage your readers to sign up to your newsletter and sign up to your blog, because the newsletter is the other part of it. On the homepage of my blog, I have a sign up for my newsletter, and the newsletter does a similar thing. Now, I am not one of those authors who finds newsletters particularly helpful when it comes to sales of my books, purely and simply because most of the people who've signed up for my newsletter are already following me on social media or on my blog. And so by the time they get the newsletter that says, oh, hey, I've got this new book out, among other things, they have already bought it. They've quite often reply to the newsletter and say, oh, yes, no, I got that one. I read that the other day and I really enjoyed it. And I love that aspect of using a newsletter in that way. And again, you can encourage people to sign up to your newsletter by offering them a short story, maybe an extension chapter, or all those sort of things, some little freebie that makes them feel good about signing up to a newsletter, again, that you govern, you control, and you are able to put out as often as possible. Now, I will put a caveat with regards to newsletter marketing. I do see some authors, or it's actually not so much authors, it's actually other creators, and they're sending like newsletters out every day. And I've got to be honest, I lead a busy life. I'm sure most of you do too. We don't want to be seeing a newsletter every day. If you have a situation where you've got a lot of things that you want to tell people or tell your community, and it's not necessarily time sensitive, then save it all and do a weekly digest. Send out something once a week. And if you're sending out newsletters on a regular basis, then your readers anticipate them and they look forward to them. But another important little caveat I'll put in here is they will only look forward to reading them if they see a bit about yourself. When you're building a community, it's really important that you are a part of that community, that you share things about yourself as well, not just your writing life, but your general life as well. When I had my great big dogs, my dogs were a great incentive for my readers to look, to read my newsletters and go on my blog, because I absolutely love seeing big pictures, pictures of my big Rottweilers. as I don't have them anymore, but I share pictures about my craft. I share pictures about, little quirks and ways I've learned to get around making my cooking meals as easy as possible, that sort of thing. I share information about myself. And that is an important part of building a community, is you have to be an active part of that community, which is as much as your readers share with you, you share with them, so that they feel that you're an active part, that you're a person, that you're a real person and not an AI generated meme or something that sits behind a screen and just pops out stuff. They want to know who you are as a person, and creating your own community is really important for that. Now, by saying this, am I saying that using Facebook or MeWe or Instagram or TikTok or any of those things, is that dead? No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying the type of visual content that people look for when they're on TikTok or Instagram, for example, if you're writing, it might not necessarily translate, and that's fine. And I'm not saying that the people that follow you on there shouldn't still be encouraged to view your posts. It just means you have to think differently about what you're posting. And I think that's a vitally important part of marketing yourself effectively. It's including that dash of yourself. It's showing your work in a creative manner. It's inciting questions and encouraging people to see something and have it stick, because we all know about the scrolling factor and how easy it is to dismiss and just move on from the stuff that we see on our screens. And this is why a blog is really awesome, because it encourages people to check back on previous things. It allows them to do a bit of a deep dive into the books you've got. When they're on there, they're not being distracted by other authors, other people, other content makers. Your blog is your space. And when you get your readers on there, you want them to enjoy that experience. So this is why that is so important. If you put, for example, if you put even with this YouTube video, if you look to the side of this YouTube video, there'll be a whole stack of other videos that YouTube has queued up and lined up ready for you to watch after you've finished watching this one. And there's a very good chance, because I don't have a subscriber count, there's a very good chance that none of those videos will be any of my past ones. I don't know, because I can't see your screen. And it does differ for every person. But unless you've been watching me religiously, you're not going to see more of my content being, encouraged for you to watch. YouTube is happy to send you off to a larger channel that's got more content, because it is looking for views. And if you're on Facebook, you strike the same problem. If you put, your posts that you've made about your work or what have you is in there amongst a million others, and it's not your content. So it's really hard to overlook. I beg your pardon. It is really easy to overlook. And unless it's really memorable, then people are just going to scroll on past. So find a platform, create a platform of your own, and then encourage your readers to it. And the way you do that is by offering exclusive content, offering something perk, a special, offering them something they won't find on the social media platform that you prefer. As I say, things like deleted scenes and additional little short stories are a great way of encouraging people to sign up to the RSS feed of your blog or to your newsletter. So look at doing that. Now, I have also mentioned in passing things like Patreon and Substack. Patreon is a platform where you can encourage your readers to pay money to see original content. That original content for authors might be work in progress chapters, advanced specials or discounts on books, special box sets and all that sort of thing, that you can do that. But the thing is that in a time of economic crunch, that's not necessarily going to work. Apparently Substack is something similar, but it's in newsletter form. I'm still looking at that because I'm thinking of setting up a Substack to help newbie writers actually, start going through the process step by step, to how they can write, plan their writing career, write, self-publish a book, market their work, and what have you, and rinse and repeat. And I'm thinking that Substack might be an idea for me to do that. And you may be asking yourself, because you're watching me on YouTube, well, why don't I put it on YouTube? And the reason why I wouldn't put something like that on YouTube is because of all those videos that's currently sitting on that list of your things to watch after you finish watching me. That isn't my content. I would rather focus and devote the core of what I can offer in terms, for people who are genuinely serious about their writing career and want to learn. For people who want to live like I do, it is easier to do that on a platform where they are just seeing my content, where they can go there just to deep dive on my content. And yeah, so that's something I am definitely considering. But the crux of this video is talking about the importance of building community. And for one final tip I will leave you is that because of the Facebook algorithm and things like that, and the Twitter, X, which was formerly Twitter, and Instagram as well, if you try putting posts up there, and you definitely should, please do, I'm not telling you not to, put posts up there about, oh, have you been to my blog, or I've got a new blog, or I've got a new newsletter, or whatever else. Definitely promote it on social media. But the most effective place to promote your new own platform that you have set up is at the end of the story that you have just put out. So you've gotten to the end of your book, and then while you were writing your book, maybe you wrote an extended chapter. And so you get to the end of your book, your reader gets to the end of the book, and then just before, or just where it says the end or whatever else, you put for an advanced chapter or an extended chapter or whatever else, depending on how it pertains to your book, click here, and it takes them to your blog, your community, or a newsletter sign up. That's a really good idea because they're already in your work. They've already enjoyed your work because they've got to the last page, and they're probably keen to see more. So make sure you ask them to sign up for something when you get there. I'm not quite sure how effective this has been, but I'm hoping that the points that you take away from this are the importance of having your own space in this giant internet of ours, the importance of having your own, well, there's branding and everything as well, which we can talk about at another stage because that's a totally different aspect of marketing. But for that to be effective, for your branding to be effective and everything else, you kind of need to have your own space. Don't give up on social media, definitely not, because it's still a free way of doing things. But for the sake of, I think you could get yourself a domain name for, it's going to cost you around $10, if that. And my hosting costs me $9.99 a month, I think. So another $10 a month. But the hosting that I'm paying for allows me to have a multitude of different sites, host a number of different websites on there, which is something I'm looking at expanding. So that's the only reason why I pay for that. I think you can pay like $5 a month or something. And you definitely get better deals if you pay for something yearly, one-off costs. And your cost for your domain name, watch for deals on those as well, because sometimes you can get a better deal if you buy 2 years. If you buy it for 2 years instead of one, sometimes your discount can be better and bigger. Just look for those deals. But they are genuinely even in hard times, I genuinely believe forking out those small amounts of money is worth it. Because when you have your own space, that's something nobody can take away. When you have people sign up to your newsletter, they are people that you can contact. That if Facebook imploded tomorrow, or X suddenly disappeared, or Instagram just went totally doolally, you still have the readers that are signed up to your newsletters. You still have the readers that follow your blog. And when you've got those, when you've got your own community of people who are genuinely excited about your work and genuinely looking forward to what's happening next, that really gives you that little bit of a boost as you come to write your next story. So I hope this has helped. If it has, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you think that something I've said is wrong, or you don't believe in me, then you're more than welcome to leave a comment and tell me so. I'll do all I can to help or to clarify if I haven't made something that clear. But either way, please hug the ones you love, my friends. Please continue to write. And don't forget to check out some of my other videos, because I do talk about marketing and, effective ways of marketing, and always keeping things really tight, when it comes to budget. So if I can help, I will. But yep, hug the ones you love, my friends. And until the next video, we'll see you again. Bye.